Beatitude number 6. Let's go. Beatitude 6 is really interesting to me because there's this, I'm gonna just read it. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So what is pure? Purity, in a synonym for purity could be innocence. But I like the definition of purity is something that is free from stain, free from sin, or free from wickedness. That is what purity looks like. And so really God is pure. And we see this in Habakkuk. You probably have never even heard of it. It's a really short book in the Bible written by a prophet. His name is Habakkuk. And the whole book is really just a back and forth dialogue that he's having with God the Father. Habakkuk is asking God, why is God allowing for people who are not godly people? They're not God's people. They're winning and beating and killing and persecuting the prophets and God's people. He's like, God, why are you allowing us to be killed by the hands of people who don't worship you and don't know you? And within that complaint, the original complaint, is in Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 13. Habakkuk says to God, he's talking to God about who God is. He says, you, God, who are of pure eyes than to see evil and cannot look at wrong. Why do you idly look at traitors and remain silent when the wicked swallows up the man more righteous than he? So right here we see one of the prophets says that God is pure. God is too pure. And so you got to read the rest of Habakkuk to really get the explanation of why God was allowing that to happen. But that spoke directly to me to what Jesus is saying here, because in that he says God is too pure to set his eyes on sin. And God, something we have to understand about God's sight, he sees on a much deeper level than we do. He sees on the level of what is and is not pure, because he is pure. That being said, it makes sense why Jesus says that those who are pure in heart shall see God, because it means if you're keeping your heart pure, then you're aligning yourself closer to who God is, which allows you to see life on a deeper level the same way that God does. And so Jesus offers up this beautiful parallel between purity and God-like vision and God-like sight, being able to look at the world the way God does, because God looks at the world from a very pure standpoint, what's pure, what isn't, and goes from there. And so that is a huge blessing and a huge encouragement for us as believers, is to constantly seek to be pure in our hearts the way that God is. That way we can not only see God, but we can see life the way it's intended to be seen, and that way we can live it the way it was intended to be lived. So that's my encouragement for you with Beatitude number 6, and I love you. Peace.